Well, hello there, Amanda. Hopefully you can hear me, and let me know if the picture is, if you can hear the music, if it's too loud or not. I'm going to take it down to about a 4, and you will see me in a second. I'm just fiddling with my camera. And there we are. Hello, hello, hello. It's Saturday night. It's 8:05 in the evening. I've had pizza for my evening meal, and so I've just spent a bit of time updating the social platforms. Good. I'm actually going to keep my headphones on so I can hear the music myself, so it helps me to focus. I'm just checking some other things. I've been going across all my social media platforms now, to try and promote these live streams. I still need to make you a mod on my... No, I haven't been able to get it fixed, sadly. I am still looking into it. I'm getting some technical assistance with that. So as soon as I get it fixed, I will let you know. But tell Jason to keep trying. Please do keep trying. Could be that let's see. No, but excuse me, it is in hand. It is in hand, I can assure you that. So I'm sort of not feeling too bad. I hope everyone else is feeling okay too. You know, and I did post a quite sincere video on YouTube today, sort of like voice acting, but it wasn't voice acting as such. It was me reading what I'd written, and I really just wanted to get my thoughts and my feelings put across. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my microphone so it's not in shot. So yeah, I uploaded that today, and you know, it's just me being honest to myself more than anything. If you're new here into the well, thank you for that. Are you trying to make me laugh again? Anyway, so yeah, well, of course, if you've been... Oh, sorry, I'm just plugging my phone in. If you've been on there for that long, you will be. You know, I know the feeling. I've been there myself. Sorry, my phone is doing... If you're wondering, if you're new to the live and you're wondering why I'm looking to your right, which is my left, I've got my Streamlabs on one screen. I've got the main live on the screen in front of me where I can see the chat and actually interact with the chat, and then I've got my phone, which I use for other things relating to social, you know, chat and things, so I can... I just used a London accent. Did I? I don't think I used a London accent, did I? Okay. There we go. There we go. So I've basically got 3 screens. I've got my laptop, my main screen, which is in front of me, which is behind you, the viewer. Why? I have no idea. Oh my goodness, it's working. Yes, the chat box is actually coming up in the video. That's fantastic. I've been trying out this chat box on. I can make it bigger. That is fantastic that it's working. I'm so pleased that's working. It might not look too good. It doesn't look too good on my laptop because it's a super bright screen, but that is. I am absolutely thrilled that the chat screen is working. That might be a bit too big. Yeah, that's a bit too big. We don't want it that big. Let's see how that looks on my screen. But I am so happy that it's working because I've been wanting to get this chat box. I'm going to move it over a bit because then it's... No. But that really does make a difference because then the chat's up on for people to see as a replay, so you can see I'm playing about with it. What do you mean trying to blind myself? I'm not sure I'm not quite sure what you mean. I really am not sure what you mean. I'm going to resize that just a smidge. Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, that's better. I'm satisfied with that. I'm really glad that box is working, and hopefully if I get any subscribers during live stream, there's another box that will come up, which is the alert box. So if anyone subscribes, or and I believe it has sound, I think I can do tests. Test widget, here we go. So hopefully this will work. Maybe it's not working. No, I don't seem to be. That might need to be looked at. I'm going to cancel that. I'm not going to. Oh, okay. That's just a test. Where it says Kevin, that's just a test. That's no one. I don't know anyone called Kevin, but at least I know that box works. At least I know it works. That's fantastic, you know, because we can do so much with this now, with this live stream. The fact that, you know, I now have the chat window, the alert boxes, that fact, I wonder if we can. I'm just having a muck around. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just sort of. Well, oh, hello. What's happened there? What have I done? What have I done to the chat box? Oh, I've updated it. So it now shows that it now shows where there's a YouTube symbol. It's to do with YouTube, and where there's the symbol, the blue wrench, that's obviously showing you are a moderator. So you know, people can see what's what. Sorry, I'm just got to adjust my chair. That's better. That's better. Getting a bit. Yeah, I'm not doing too badly today, I don't think. I'm just still very medded, is that a word? Medded up. So but you know, just gonna itch. Medded, yeah, medded. Probably, I don't know how long I'm going to go for tonight, but we'll play it by ear and we'll go. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, because I've been wanting to get that on here for such a long time. And okay, it's what I'm focusing on at the moment, but you know, I am so happy it's actually functioning, because that worried me that it wasn't. Naughty Amanda, not yet. No, you're not going to succeed tonight. No. Keep trying though, because I'm not going to be caught out tonight. Oh, I've just thought I forgot to say I'm live elsewhere. I forgot to send a few little messages. Sorry, I'm sending some messages I forgot to send. Basically, it's just the link to the live stream. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I did see a voice thing came through. I could put my... One sec. We shall hear what you have to say. Oh, okay. I think the gauntlet has been thrown down.
You know you said that last night too, and I still made you laugh, goofball.
Challenge accepted. Charming. If anyone joined just now, they've basically got a really sort of close-up of my arm. Interesting. So, let's see. The clocks go back tonight here in Britain. It's officially the end of summer today. Winter starts tomorrow, or at least autumn. You know, we don't seem to have a summer. We don't seem to have a spring or an autumn these days. We seem to literally go from You're just as goofy as I am, Amanda. You're if not goofier. No, what was it? Yeah, the clocks go back an hour tonight, so, you know, I get an extra hour in bed. Technically I don't, but I do, because obviously, you know, we put an end to British summertime, and, but it does mean the nights are going to get darker earlier and sooner. And I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that, to be honest. That's better. Still got to keep my foot up. And yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about the nights getting longer and darker. I think it's quite comforting, really, for me. Just going to lounge here. And hopefully, we'll have some more guests, some more people in chat. And if you are new here watching, please do interact. Your participation is very welcomed, and very much appreciated. I'm going to that's better. You can see me now. Now I've fiddled about with my... I'm in... How long have I been going for? Half an hour, and I've only just realised the camera's at the wrong height. Hello. 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 You can see me now. I'm on strong painkillers, let's just put it that way. I'm on for this leg ulcer. It's not been too bad actually today. It's actually been pretty bearable. So it's definitely going in the... I've got blood pressure and blood test on Monday, so I'm not looking forward to that. They're doing a Doppler, what they call a Doppler on my leg, to listen to the blood flow, because they think there's something wrong with the blood flow in my leg, hence the ulcer. So that's going to be fun, but it's the definition of fun that I'm not aware of. But no, it's got to be done, and if it means they can give me a proper care plan for my leg, then that will be... I may have to wear compression bandages to help it heal, but that's okay. Yeah, but at the moment I'm sort of quite impaired mobily. My mobility's kind of impaired. I can walk short distances, but as soon as it starts to flare up again, I'm in agony, and I'm not crying out in pain, but it's very, very sensitive, very, very sensitive. So yeah, my computer's doing something. Lacey, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining as always. You're very welcome here. I should have given one of these to you as well, Amanda, but for both of you. So I've just been giving an update on my leg again. It's actually been quite manageable today. It still hurts to stand, and I'm getting a Doppler. I was just saying I'm getting a Doppler done on my leg on Monday, which means I've got to be at the doctor's for nearly an hour. I'm doing okay. It's I'm surviving, I think is the word. I've got a pretty intense week coming up. I start proper support for certain things next week. I'm finally getting, I've finally I'm finally starting therapy on Tuesday, with finally getting the support I need after all these years. My mental health has. I'm not afraid to talk about it, to be honest. I know it, and I apologise if it is, but I think it's so important that that it's something that a lot of men don't really talk about, and I advocate mental health support. But of course, on Monday, I've got to have a Doppler done on my leg. So I've got to have a blood pressure cuff put around my leg, and then they're going to listen to the blood flow, and that's going to take about 40 minutes, which is not going to be fun because it's going to be really painful. I'm going to have to be really keyed up on painkillers that day because I am going to be in so much pain when it's done, but it's necessary because of the leg ulcer. It needs to they need to know what type of compression I need around my leg to help it to heal properly. It is healing, but I can't keep living on painkillers and pain management every day. I mean, you're only supposed to take so many tablets in so many days, and I'm not I am keeping within the recommendations and the guidelines, but it's just that when the medication wears off, it is one of the most painful. I thought a dislocated shoulder was painful. This is like being burnt and stung multiple times over. It is so painful. I've experienced a lot of pain in my life, but because this is like a constant pain, it's not a pain that sort of goes away after a few days. It's literally pain every day. It's horrible, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone, to be honest, because it affects my sleep. It affects my sleep, it affects my mood, it affects the way, my thinking. I've managed to do some content creation this week, which is very important to me because it's something that keeps me going amongst other things. I've been doing a lot of model painting as well. I've been painting some Warhammer 40,000 models, but not all at once. It's been sort of bit by bit. And today I built some Lego. I did build some Lego. I haven't got it up here with me actually, but I'm spending more time downstairs, really. I haven't really spent that much time on my computer because every time I come to write something, I can't focus, But I managed to get a few things done. I've got some new artwork done and some new ideas put forward for the YouTube project. As you know, incredibly passionate about that, and I kind of posted up a video today detailing. I just had something on my chest, and I just wanted to let it off my chest. Really, I needed to. So I wrote it down, and I narrated it. Really, I just read it as it was, and it comes genuinely from my heart and soul, really, because I'll check them out later. Sorry, I'm getting a bit. Trying not to get emotional. I'm not the most emotional of people, but I just, if I have something to say, I will say it, because I have to be honest with myself as much as anyone else. You know, I have to be honest with myself, because I simply can't keep it in. You know, I have to let the thoughts onto paper. You know, because it's. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just me. I'm you know, I don't pretend to be anyone I'm not, unless I'm voice acting or video acting, and then obviously I'm working from a script. But naturally, I can't be anyone but me. You know, that's the way of it, really. It's the truth. You know, my truth. And whilst I struggle with life as well, and, you know, what I create and what I do keeps me going, and that's what's most important to me, that I'm kept going by what I think, you know, what I create. And I'm going to be honest here, I do get that not everyone is keen on the ideas that I have. I absolutely respect that. And, you know, my concepts are very, for want of a better word or term, avant-garde. You know, I'm very, very some might say I've isolated myself from communities. Some might say, oh, you've been blacklisted. I don't believe for a second that I've been blacklisted. I went through a phase where I believed it, but, you know, there's no evidence. And, you know, I just... So I'm fiddling with the dice. It's... Where's my fidget toys from my friend? There we go. I've got a fidget toy. Thanks, Amanda. But, you know, I strive to do the right thing. I really do strive to do the right thing. And I you know, I've been above board and everything. You know, I've not made any secrets of what this is all about. You know, I've made no the fact that I'm even sort of reluctant to say anything out just shows how it's not defensive. It's not me being defensive, or I just can't you know, what do I have to do to convince people? That's what goes through my head. What do I have to do to convince people to join? You know, I have done so much, and I'm getting close to burnout. I am seriously getting close to burnout. And this please do not take this the wrong way. This is just me speaking how I'm feeling. You know, this is my brain communicating downwards into my vocal cords and then back up into words. You know, I'm using my words. And you just, you know, you pour your heart and soul into everything. You know, you build and build and build and build. And I'm so proud of what's been achieved. I am so proud of everybody who has been involved from the very beginning. You know, that's what's important to me, to have people involved and taking part. It's not about you know, it's do you know, there are days when I do sometimes think to myself, why do I bother? You know, sometimes I do think to myself, why do I bother? And then I go into the Discord server and I see all those amazing people who are there, and I see all that work that I have done to build the world that has come through my imagination, and I'm amazed that I've been able to do all that. You know, I've achieved so much. And yet, at the same time, I still question myself. You know, I still double guess, or whatever the term is. You know, I still second guess myself. That's the correct term. I still second guess myself. And the reason I do what I do is because I love it too much. I love it so much. You know, it helped me through lockdown. It really did help me through lockdown, through the pandemic. And you know, I know people have other lives outside of. I have lives. I have a life outside of social media and all that. You know, that's the truth. Everyone does. Yeah. But sometimes, you know, you do question yourself. You do think what you know. I do worry about, and this isn't in a selfish way, but I do worry about what the world thinks of me, you know, because I don't want to be I'm sorry. That's not the. This isn't the most exciting live stream, I guess. I'm not the most exciting of people at the best of times. I'm just someone who goes online, you know, and you know, I'm not like, I'm not an entertainer. I'm not, you know, I'm not a born entertainer. I'm not a person who can hold millions and millions of people entertained on a live stream like some big name YouTubers. I'm just an ordinary person who perhaps foolishly speaks his mind on social media. You know, that's the honest truth. You know, I don't have gimmicks or tricks or, you know, big ideas or, you know, things of grandeur. I'm just an ordinary person off the street who just wants to share something, you know, who's had an idea and wants to share it with people. And silence is deafening. That's what I will say. Silence is deafening. If I come to edit this, I'll probably cut out all the long pauses, you know. This doesn't make for good YouTube, really, does it, you know? Someone being honest. Sometimes I think, you know, the world doesn't want honesty. It doesn't want, you know, I am not a copy and paste, cut and paste kind of person. I am not someone who will jump on the bandwagon of mainstream. That is not who I am. I am not mainstream. I have never been mainstream. You know, I have always been someone who wants to be original. I've always been wanting to seek originality and creativity in my own way. You know, I am not the sort of person who wants yeah, okay, I've put myself in a position where it's difficult because what I create is very unique, very off-brand, very special. It's very, very special to me, and that's the thing, you know. And yet I don't create it for me. I create it for everyone else. And I think the fact that, you know, people aren't finding it because the algorithm doesn't like it is so unfair. And it's the algorithm that's unfair. It's not, you know, it's because, you know, I get it that people want short, sharp, punchy content, but that's not me. You know, I am not someone who does gimmicks. I'm not someone who does, you know, I can't do short and punchy. I like to think about I really like to think about what I'm doing, what I'm creating, what story I'm telling. And there are amazing people out there like yourself, Amanda, you know, who do that, you know, original creative content. But there is also so much cut and paste content out there as well. And I think, you know, I don't want to do that. I want to be original. I want to be me. I don't want to be a you know, a clone. You know, I don't want to be a clone. And this is just me being honest, and I know there are people out there who will disagree with me, and I completely respect that. You know, everyone has the right to agree or disagree, but it's just not me. It's not who I am. It's not how I am. It's not what I am. You know, I have to be honest. You know, I have to be honest. And because at the end of the day, I will always be a storyteller. I will always be a storyteller. You know, that because that's what I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be a storyteller. And I always wanted to share that with people. You know, I didn't. But I mean, people say to me, why don't you try reaching out to people to ask for help? And believe me, I've tried. I've done it, but it's made me very wary, very reluctant. You know, I am very reluctant to reach out to people. You know, I much prefer people come to me, and yes, that has made my job 10,000 times harder. But I want people to reach out to me because then it's on equal ground. It's not me telling them to be part of something. It's them saying I want to be part of something. And to me that is what's more important. You know, I will never ever say to someone, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be part of this, you're going to be involved in that. No, that's not how I do things. I am not that person. I don't do things that way. And my project is 100% voluntary as well. You know, and that's the truth. I mean, people could say to me, well, why don't you just sort of become, why don't you try such and such a... I've tried it, believe me. I've tried whatever there is, and I keep coming back to the same conclusions, that I am who I am, and I make no apologies for that. I make no apologies for being me. And whatever that definition of me is, you're welcome to decide for yourself. But I know my truth. I know my reality. I know my mind. And even if this live stream is just me pouring my heart out for hours on end, going in the same cycle of words, thoughts and feelings throughout, I make no apologies for that, because it's truth. It's my truth. It's the way I feel. It's the way I think, the way I am, the way I dream, hope, that sort of thing. And again, people are free to say yay or nay. They can... But in the end, there's only one me, and there can never be any other me. And that's why I have I said I wasn't going to laugh on the stream, and I don't think I will now. I don't think I will be laughing, to be honest. And I know there's people out there that go, "Oh, you shouldn't show your emotions on live. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be." I can't hide behind a mask forever. Even the greatest of people at the very top, even their masks slip eventually. Mine has just slipped out of natural fear, anxiety, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of the word, being told where to go. And in my live stream yesterday, I said I'd love to achieve 1,000 subscribers by Christmas, but truth be told, I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening at all. And that's not me being pessimistic, that's me being honest with myself, because what I create is not in YouTube's interest. It's not what the algorithm demands from me. But I don't want to do anything else. This is my channel. This is my content. This is my art. This is me. I am Maximus. Maximus is me. And that is the honest truth. You know, that is how it is. And I can't think of it in any other way. Mind you, I have been thinking about some other sort of. I've got a few ideas up my sleeve. Let me just respond to this. No, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay, Lacey. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I've been a bit of a downer. I don't mean to be. I'm just venting some inner sort of energy, shall we say. But have a good evening, and I'll see you at the next live stream. Thank you for coming. But I don't know. Thank you. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I just some people have really exciting live streams with lots of loud, bright lights, loud music, and all that. Me, you get raw, honest truth. To be honest, I don't think I've really got much else to say, so I think I'm going to be honest and end it there. So I will see you hopefully next week, Friday. I plan to go again on Friday, and I will see you then.